Guys, thanks for joining me. Calvin Hicks here with another epic movie review. Here talking, and I got the opportunity to the new Scream movie. Huge shout out and thanks to Epic Movie Theaters for allowing me this opportunity. And again, it just hit all the feels. This was a real surprise. I was excited to see this, having seen all the originals, especially being from just a 90s staple. It just kind of it was something always that reminded me of my childhood, unfortunately. And so this movie, I had lower expectations. The fourth film came out, I believe, in 2011, which I didn't actually watch until last year. And having seen that definitely had enough twists and turns in it for me to say, okay, this was worthy of a Scream film. Obviously, the creator, Wes Craven, passed away in 2015, and this is the first one that he has not had any part of. So undoubtedly the filmmakers, directors, and cast did such a good job respecting the original creation, the original characters, and the universe, if you will, that he established. Again, this is Scream 2022, so 25 years after the original series of the murders in Woodsboro, a new Ghostface emerges, and Sidney Prescott must return to uncover the truth. And I'll tell you guys right now, for a movie that's, again, bringing on legacy characters from the originals to new characters, it does a really well job at balancing the butter on the bread as far as screen time for everybody and character development all around. A lot of firsts for this movie, bringing into the franchise. Ghostface is back, and I'll tell you, he is back. I mean, this is absolutely an awesome opportunity to be able to screen such a classic film, especially one that stems all the way back to the 90s. And here we are again with a retrofitted requel, as they call it. Now, yes, we have returning characters in this, such as the Sidney Prescott, obviously, the journalist, Gale Weathers, Dewey Finn, Judy Hicks, all of the favorites, survivors from the Scream franchise, and so many new oncoming cast members, which is really done well. The characters in this movie kind of branch off from some of the legacy original characters, and they do a really good job at kind of wrangling together a new slew of victims, if you will. Nevertheless, this has always been a self-aware franchise, always cueing back and hinting at the idea of what it is, what it means, and again, like I said, it's very self-aware. So in the whole franchise, you always have them kind of talking about different movie franchises and how a trilogy is supposed to work, or how the horror movie works, and what characters live and die, and how to survive the horror movie. And again, this does that so well, so fresh. So there's always this banter between the characters in the film on how to survive, who's the character that survives the movies. And again, this plays really well on that. It does a really good job at just making it relevant, and they talk about a lot of movies and films and filmmakers in the current generation that are, currently out there. So it's really cool, and it plays really well within the rules of the kind of Scream universe and franchise. And this one kind of breaks some of them because you don't know what to expect, and you absolutely gotta love it when it comes down to just the writing formula that so many studios are taking when it comes to making reboots, remakes, sequels, requels, whatever you want to call them. And again, this just plays and laughs at itself. And I gotta tell you, it has really made me a fan again. I've enjoyed, obviously, the originals, the trilogy, and then you had Scream 4, which came out 2011. So this is coming off of almost 11 years from the last one. And I honestly didn't see the fourth one until just last year. And there was enough twists and surprises in there to say, you know what, yeah, this is a good Scream movie, but obviously never like the best of the franchise. Expectations weren't high by any means, but I will say that this has done so well and outperforms the previous one on so many different levels. But it's so cool because it still maintains the integrity of the whole series. It doesn't throw away any of them. This is very much a pickup of all of the characters if you are familiar with them from the franchise in the past. Obviously, if you've seen the last ones and you go into this one, you're going to have so many more cool laughs. There are so many nods to Sir Wes Craven, who wasn't a part of this one. So obviously Wes Craven created the franchise and the character, and they do a really well job at, again, maintaining his kind of characters and this universe, if you will, that he created. There's obviously some really cool nods within the film itself that point back to creator Wes Craven. And again, hats off to all those who can appreciate any of his work. I know certainly growing up watching his films, my brother is particularly a huge Wes Craven film, and I know he particularly will be very, very happy with this one. Again, it feels really back to roots as far as the horror film. Again, there's a lot of laughs. There's a lot of great moments. There's a lot of great spotlight moments for the characters that have been in previous iterations or previous movies from this franchise, and as well as so many shining moments for the new characters that have come in. Dylan Minnett, who plays Deputy Hicks's son, aka Wes Hicks, he does a fantastic, just really good performances all around, and no clues as to who it is. But it's always one of those movies where you can kind of maybe piece together certain things and hopefully guess. It's always fun to go into a movie like this, and especially with folks who haven't seen it, and guess and debate on who do you think it is as the film's playing out and characters come up. This was a blast, and I really look forward to seeing just the results and reviews from other likewise audience members that are going into this. I think most people will go into this with kind of a lower expectation because the past Scream movies, you kind of know what to expect. And I do really hope that fans from the original and this franchise will go see this. I really do think they will. There's usually a good fan base that follow these films. So I remember just before watching this, obviously watching the previous movies, but I just got to see an interview with David Arquette, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette and Neve Campbell, and it was just to see them kind of answer some of the questions and really have it seemed like a good experience on this film, being able to kind of look back at when they kind of started and kicked off the series, and now they get to kind of be here with this new kind of generation, and it really was interesting to see them and their reactions, and that kind of got me even more excited to see this. So coming out of the theater, I felt like, yes, this is going to be one I will go back and see when it drops on the 14th. I will definitely see this again in theaters, and looking forward to seeing it with a huge crowd and getting that experience. So highly recommend go and see the new Scream if you can. Again, big shout out to Epic Theaters. Thank you for the opportunity, and looking forward to what the audience thinks. And please let me know down below in the comments if you got to see it. Let me know what you thought, and if you were at all surprised or if you were kind of let down. Me certainly was not let down, and was kind of just very happy to see this. I called it kind of the end game of Scream movies, just because of the returning characters, and a lot of fun. So more fun than it should have been. I'm not gonna lie. Going in there, I was excited to see this horror movie because Scream. It's kind of again like a '90s staple for me. And I remember growing up and seeing these at a very young age, probably a little too young, but nonetheless, I had a blast watching this, and I really think you will too. So check it out, and again, share, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Be well, be blessed. We'll see you on the next one.